Hey guys, what's up? It's Haley and today I'm coming back at you with another video. I just want to make a quick disclaimer. I am going to be telling you guys a story time and it is going to be involving my senior prom because I know prom just recently happened for a lot of people and graduation season is here and there's just a lot going on, and I thought that this would be the perfect time to tell this story because it is kind of funny and entertaining. But my disclaimer is I was a little bit of a wild child at one point in my life, and I just want to let you guys know that I am telling this story purely for entertainment purposes only. This is not to encourage you guys to be like me or be like my friends and do the crazy things that we did, because that's no bueno. Don't be like me. This is my story, this is my experience, and I thought I would share it with you guys, because why not? Let's just get into the video. I graduated the year 2017, and that means my prom took place 2 years ago in 2017, and it was my senior prom. To be honest, proms and dances and homecomings aren't really my thing. They're kind of like lame in a sense. Not to discourage any of you guys that are looking forward to going to your school dances. I'm sure they can be fun. It is what you make it, but they just were always kind of disappointing and not what my expectations were. So this year, my friends and I decided to switch things up a little bit and to get a little wild. I previously lived in Hawaii. I was going to school my junior and senior year in Hawaii, and yeah, my prom took place down in Waikiki at this random ass hotel. I honestly couldn't even remember the name of it if my life depended on it. It was the most random place, most random venue. The dance floor literally looked like a tiny little square for everybody to try to squeeze on. It was interesting, to say the least. To start the night off prior, before homecoming happened, my friend and I'm gonna give her a nickname because yeah, I'm not trying to call anybody out in this video. We're gonna call her Nicole, okay? So, Nicole and I, the night prior, decided to get in contact with one of our older guy friends that we knew through another mutual friend, and he was above legal age, so he was able to get us some fun little drinks that we could have for prom night because we wanted to have a good ass time. Like a week before, my other friend and I, we're gonna call her Cindy. Yeah, why not? So my other friend and I, Cindy, like about a week prior to me and my friend Nicole getting the drinks, we had went to the one and only Spencer's to go pick up a flask. Hydro flask. Sure, let's call it that, to be kid-friendly. On the day of prom, after Nicole and I had finished getting ready and taking our pictures out by the water and just getting all cute, we drove ourselves to prom. And on the way to prom, we were getting our little drinks out from the night prior, and as we were trying to drive, mind you, I forgot to tell you that I am late for literally everything. Literally everything. I cannot be on time for the life of me. It is a very bad habit of mine. It is a huge character fault of mine, and it is something that I am working on, okay? So don't come from my throat. But after trying to take pictures and getting ready, Nicole and I were already running late to prom, but we didn't care. We were all about that, showing up fashionably late. As we're getting hyped up with our music blasting and me trying to get to prom, like speeding, trying to get there on time, my friend Nicole is literally in the passenger seat trying to pour from a huge bottle of a fancy blue liquid. She's trying to pour this huge ass bottle of fancy blue liquid into our hydro flask, right? As I'm driving, that takes some talent. She was definitely spilling all over her dress. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't even have We didn't even have like a little funnel to like funnel the drink into the hydro flask. No, we literally were just trying to like balance it enough to where it didn't spill literally all over the place because we are unorganized and we don't think these things through ahead of time, right? We're just lucky we got the drinks. So we're trying to discreetly pour it into this hydro flask because the only way we're gonna be able to get this stuff into prom is if it's in a tiny hydro flask. We pull up to prom and we are fashionably late, of course, because what else would you expect from me, honestly? I'm pretty sure we had to park like down the street and then we had to walk to the venue. So we parked my car. We went ahead and we took a few drinks from our fancy blue liquid. Took a few gulps, took a few sips, took a few chugs, and we were on our way. Finally, we make it into the venue. Before we go through the security and the area where we're supposed to talk to our teachers and sign in and show our tickets and all that fun stuff, I take our fancy little hydro flask and I stick it in the waistband of my underwear because we are wearing dresses. I have nothing on underneath the dress other than my underwear and my bra. There was no spandex, there was no purses, there was no nothing. So the most discreet thing I could think of was to stick it in the waistband of my underwear because my dress was flowy enough that it wouldn't pop out too much, and we went about our way. We met up with our friends, sat at the table, we had the food, you know, the drinks, all the pre-stuff that you do before you actually get to dancing. It was okay. Just saying hi to everybody, you know, doing the most, doing all that kind of stuff. And there was a little drama that happened this night. It wasn't intentional whatsoever, and me and this girl are really cool now. I love her to death. At the time, me and Maddie were no longer friends. She had once been my best friend. We had gotten into a fight, and we hadn't really talked since, right? As we were sitting at our tables waiting for the court king and queen to be announced, I get a message from my friend Maddie, but I didn't realize it was from her because I had previously deleted the number from my phone. So it was just a random number. And the kings and queens and princesses and all that stuff of the court at the time that were being announced were up there dancing. I got a message from somebody saying that they bet I wouldn't go up there for $10 and go dance with everybody, or something of the sort, like making a joke of me going up on the dance floor. They would pay me money if I actually went up on the dance floor and danced in front of everybody, right? And I'm not about that life. I thought it was funny, but I had no idea who had texted me, so I texted the number back and I was like, haha, that's so funny, who is this? And that caused some drama with me and Maddie and our other friend. She, you know, got her feelings hurt, which, I mean, I don't blame her because I deleted her number from my phone. All that happened. I'm not going to get too much into that because there wasn't a whole lot that happened. We worked our differences out later on, but that was just a little side note. I think I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but the reason Nicole came to our dance because she technically did not go to our school. She went to our opposing school, but she was a really good friend of mine and I wanted to take her to our dance because why not? It would be so much more fun. So I took her as like a guest. I took her as like my date. Me and Nicole were hanging out definitely the entire night, and then we met up with some of our other friends. At one point, after everybody's done announcing things, everybody's done eating, we decide to meet up with friends from some of the other tables, and we go to the bathroom. We're in the bathroom with some of our friends, and they are aware that Nicole and I brought a fancy little drink with us, and everybody wants to take a sip from our drink, right? Which is, it's okay because me and Nicole had previously pre-gamed before prom, so we'd already have a little bit. We were cool with sharing. So everybody's literally in the girls' bathroom like chugging as much as they can before we all go out to dance. It's time to dance on that tiny ass square dance floor, but we made it work. It took me a little while to warm up because I'm not the type to be like that in front of other people. It weirds me out. I don't like it. But, you know, after I was starting to feel, you know, a little bit of the juice flowing in me, I loosened up a little bit more, and that was the whole point of it, was to just have fun and loosen up and, you know, not really care what people thought. And once I started feeling the juice a little bit in me, I got the confidence to just go out and have a good ass time. During this time that prom was taking place, my friend Cindy was jokingly trying to set me up with another friend of hers Michelle. That's what we're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Michelle. At the time, I thought Michelle didn't like me because of some shit that she had said to my other friend, Maddie. And yeah, it wasn't very nice. And so this entire time I thought that me and her weren't cool anymore, me and her weren't friends anymore, that she didn't even like me, so I didn't understand why my friend Cindy was trying to get us together. Well, my friend really did do me dirty. She literally brought me up to Michelle, and we were all talking together, you know, just being casual, just being friendly, because they were really good friends. Me and the other girl weren't very good friends at the time, but, you know, I'm nice. I'm a nice person. I had some drinks flowing in me, so I was feeling generous. We started talking, and then our friend, Cindy, decided to ditch us to go dance with her date. She legit leaves me with Michelle, this other girl that has talked shit about me. Mind you, the girl that she's tried setting me up with. She leaves me with this girl, and a slow song starts coming on, right? Or something of the sort. And everybody's like getting with their partners and dancing and having a good time and being cute and all this shit. And then there's just me and this girl that we don't even like each other. And we're just like, all right, this is weird, right? Like, it's weird. Me and her start dancing together, and then we get to talking because, you know, drinks are flowing and I'm feeling a little ballsy. I don't know, I made some kind of a comment to her about, I can't remember my exact words, but I was jokingly like, you don't even like me. Like, why are we talking? Why are we dancing right now? Like, you don't have to front. I know you don't like me. I know you talk shit about me. And then in that moment, we realized that it was just this big misunderstanding, that it wasn't that big of a deal, blah, 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 blah. You know how that goes. And at the time, it was like, whatever. Like, it wasn't this huge ordeal. We danced for a little bit, we talked, we figured it out, we were like cool with each other, and then I moved on to go find my friend Nicole. So me and Nicole get to dancing, and we're having a good time, and we're trying to find our friend Cindy, who's over there dancing with her boo thing. At this point, I'm kind of like on the outskirts of the circle, you know, like, you know, the big grind circle where literally everybody's like sweaty and on top of each other and in the middle. Yeah, I like stayed on the outskirts of that in the beginning with my friends, and like when me and Michelle were dancing, we were on the outskirts of everything, just chilling, like in our own space. Eventually, you know, as the drinks were flowing, my friends and I decided, fuck it, we're just gonna be extra. We're gonna go all out because it's our senior prom, and why not? I'm pretty sure at this point I go and find Nicole and I go and find Cindy, and I pull them out on the dance floor with us, and we are just in the crowd trying to make our way to the middle. I also forgot to mention that at the time I was talking to somebody. I was talking to this guy, and I'm gonna name him Corey. Corey and I had kind of like a weird relationship, not gonna lie. Like, we were in a relationship, but we didn't really act like we were in a relationship, you feel me? And it wasn't a big deal. Like, it was super new still. It was like a week into it. Sometimes my friends would hang out with his friends and vice versa, and yeah, our group of friends just kind of like meshed, right? At some point, after dancing with my friends for a good bit of time and, you know, feeling good, Corey and I start dancing together, and gets a little interesting. I start getting a little more crazy, right? Because all these girls around me are like hyping me up. All these girls around me are like dancing on their boo things. They're grinding, they're twerking, they're dancing on each other, dancing on their friends, dancing on their boyfriends, dancing on their girlfriends. Everybody's just dancing on everybody, right? Which is totally unlike me, might I add. I am such a freaking scaredy cat when it comes to dancing in front of people and like being all out there and being extra, but I'm telling you, once I have a few drinks in my system, it's a good ass time. And I have no fears, because I started dancing on this boy in front of everybody. And when I tell you that at some points there was like circles formed around us, me and my boo thing, and then like another girl and her boo thing, we'd all be like grinding on each other, and there'd be like 2 couples or 3 couples, and literally everybody would kind of like form around and just like hype them up, right? They'd be hyping us up. I went a little out there. I was like, you only live once. It was just a good time. That was the point of all that, basically. It was just a good time. I was putting myself out there. I was being a little extra. And there was like a whole bunch of points when I'd be dancing with my friends, and we'd be dancing on each other, and then like another group of girls would be dancing right next to us with each other, and we'd all be hyping each other up. And like there was a few girls that were on X, So they were like tripping balls and they were happy and like super giddy and like giggly, and one girl kept coming up to me and my friend and she was like, "You are just so beautiful, like you are so pretty, like oh my gosh, you are so hot," like all this stuff, and I was like, damn. Thanks, girl. Everybody was just being super cool and super nice, and everybody was just dancing with each other, and different groups of people were like meshing together and mingling and just having a good ass time, you know, like how it's supposed to be. Like we're all supposed to come together for things like this. And that's exactly what happened. I have to give it props. My senior prom was one of the best dances I've ever had. And yeah, I definitely have to give it all to having the friend group that I had at the time and letting loose and going all out because we're seniors, and this is the last time we ever had to have a dance like this. After the dance, we all met up at like somebody's hotel room. I'm pretty sure it was the guy I was talking to at the time's hotel room, and then there was a couple other hotel parties or whatever. I honestly don't really remember what we did afterwards, but don't worry, we didn't drive under the influence. I would not contribute to that whatsoever. So my car was still parked. We were not driving. We were just walking around Waikiki trying to find hotel parties and places to hang out afterwards because we weren't done. We wanted to keep having fun. The one little side story that I am going to tell based off this night is that at some point we ended up in my boyfriend at the time's hotel room, and we were there with some of his buddies and their girlfriends, and we were all just hanging out, and it was me, Nicole, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was me, Nicole, and Cindy that had all walked to this hotel room, and then it was him and all his friends. This is definitely one of the more like weird things that have happened in my life, but you know, it is what it is. Like, it's just a funny story to tell you guys. I'm pretty sure he had like 2 queen-size beds, and we were all sitting on the beds laying together, and at some point one of his friends made a comment about how he wouldn't have sex with me right in front of everybody. Right? Some like random ass shit like that. I'm pretty sure the reason that his friend had said something along those lines is because another couple that we had known, they had gotten caught like on camera having sex in like the same bed as like another couple that night. Don't ask. It was weird. I don't know. We just saw a video and there was like 2 people having sex next to each other in the same bed, and I guess his friend was like making a joke about it to my boyfriend at the time and was saying like, "Oh, I bet you wouldn't do it right here in front of all of us." Well, like, obviously, like I wouldn't. First off, I don't want to do it to begin with, and second off, I'm not going to do it in front of all you guys. Like, that's not how I roll. Kind of a weird situation that happened, but I just thought that it was kind of funny to add in because it was an interesting experience within itself. My friend Nicole was like drunk and acting a little wild at the time, and she was like encouraging the guy. She was like, "Yeah, I bet you wouldn't do it, bet you wouldn't do it, do it Haley," but like joking. I don't think she actually meant it. She just wanted to see if I was about it. And then my other friend, Cindy, knew I was uncomfortable as hell and was like, bitch, no, she ain't gonna do that shit. Bless her soul. He like got on top of me a couple times and like pretended like he was gonna have sex with me, and I was like, boy, what the fuck? I ain't the one. Nothing happened, obviously, because I said no, and later on, after me and him talked about it, I told him it made me feel uncomfortable, and he was just saying that he was really drunk, and he was sorry, that he was just joking, he didn't mean any of it, which I'm sure is true. I don't think he actually would have done anything, but like, just the idea of it was like freaking weird. I guess within that, just know that it is your body, it is your rights, and if you don't want to do something like that or something like that makes you uncomfortable, you have every right to say no and to turn somebody down and to walk away from the situation. So there's a little lesson within that. It wasn't that deep for me because it was all just fun and games, I guess, but like still, don't let somebody do something that you're uncomfortable with. But I mean, besides that, like it was so much fun. That's all I can really think about as far as like interesting things that happened that night. I mean, of course there was other things, but nothing that's really coming to mind. And once again, it was like 2 years ago. I just thought this was kind of like an interesting story to share with you guys, even though it does involve some things that I definitely don't condone. Please do not drink underage. Please be smart if you do choose to drink, regardless of what age you are. Do not ever drive under the influence. Always be with the right people that you trust. Let somebody know where you're at, you know, just be smart, be safe. But yeah, that was my senior prom experience, and I just thought that since, you know, prom season is here, I would share my story with you guys because it's a pretty funny one. And I mean, there's not a whole lot of crazy stuff that happened. I mean, Nothing too crazy happened, but it was still funny enough to share with you guys. I just wish you guys a really good experience, and I just want to let you guys know to just let loose and have fun, because it's okay. It's totally okay to just let loose and have fun sometimes. It's okay to step outside your comfort zone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to see more videos from me in the future. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!